So this is like my first Ramadan, yeah. So I went out with my friend to break my fast in like a restaurant. The food was like really nice, and we also he also showed he also I also prayed with him. And that was probably like the first time I've ever prayed in my life, and it was in like a prayer room in like next to like some library. And all I'm gonna say is like the atmosphere there was completely different to like any other place generally. Like it feels like everyone there is only focused on it's everyone's there for okay, everyone's there for a reason, and it's to like worship God, Allah. And it's like it's just a disconnection from like everyday life, and it's a nice and different atmosphere. That's what I'm gonna say. And when yeah, like copying, I was copying my friend's movements for the prayer, and yeah, I felt good afterwards. But then yeah, later on, my friend told me to go to the mosque with him and stay for, I think it's called Taraweeh. Yeah, it's like an hour long prayer. I think like 8 rakah, which is like one section of your prayer. And yeah, so my mom didn't know about this. She she doesn't know I like fully reverted. She knows I'm fasting and all that, but she doesn't know I like took my shahada and all that. But yeah, so we went to the mosque. My mom would not like this because it was quite late at night, and she doesn't like me walking around in Harrow and Wolds, which is like a place in London. Yeah, she doesn't like me walking around there at night time because it's quite unsafe. There's a lot of like bad stuff going on, like stabbing. But yeah, I went to the mosque, and yeah, going into the mosque, it was another again. It was a completely different atmosphere. Like it felt like we were a bit like we were all under God. Like walking outside, normally you don't feel. I don't really feel it that as much. I always feel it, but I don't feel it as much outside. But in the mosque, it was a different atmosphere. I can't explain how, but yeah, the atmosphere with what? So yeah, you had all the prayer mats in one room, and yeah, we all sat down until the Taraweeh prayer started, and then the okay, I said the guy. So a person came to do the call to prayer, I think it's called, and the recitations were beautiful. But then it was like around 7:30, and my mom then called me. Well, not called me. I asked her, can I stay? Can I go to the mosque? Because my friend's going there and he wants to show me. And she just said, no, come home. It's too late. So yeah, I had to leave, and I felt so guilty because actually it was unexplainable. So I left the room. Everyone was entering, and I was trying to find my shoes in the shelves like for like 5 minutes. It was so awkward. And when I did, I left, and I just felt like I felt so like excluded somehow. But, I mean, or I felt like really. I felt like I just felt guilty. I felt like I kind of betrayed God in a way. I was leaving a place of worship. Then when I went downstairs to leave, literally everyone was entering. There was no space for me to leave, and yeah, I felt like everyone's going into a place of worship, but I was leaving it. And then I literally like the guy like the security was I think telling me don't leave. Like, but I wasn't looking at him or anything. But yeah, he was just saying I think he was saying don't leave. But yeah, eventually I kind of had to barge in and leave. But yeah, when I left the mosque, I took the bus stop was outside, so I took the bus, and so yeah, I got on the bus, and again I just I felt so guilty leaving the mosque, like a place of worship, and it kind of made me realize that praying or salah is so important and necessary in your life if you're a Muslim, because it's your way of acknowledging your God, and yeah, acknowledging your creator. You always have to acknowledge him. And if you don't, then there's a possibility in the day of judgment, like things might not go so well. And yeah, it felt you'll feel like you're kind of leaving your faith mild, like not like fully, but You'll feel like you're kind of like distancing yourself away from God, and that's really bad. You do not want that. And yeah, it's like a spiritual protection and shield from everything in life, literally. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm not so experienced at this kind of stuff. I will be honest, but yeah, try your best to not skip it. Like personally, for me, I'm a reaver. I only learned like a few lines of Surah Al Fatiha, and I don't know Arabic, and it is a bit of a struggle, but I do plan on learning how to pray and all that. So yeah, don't skip prayer. Don't skip prayer.